Have you ever noticed that there's a lot of singing that goes on in Luke 1? First, there's Mary's response to being chosen to be the mother of the Messiah. Then there's Elizabeth's song, and then back to Mary for her wonderful Magnificat. And then Zechariah, filled with praise, who cries out, "By the tender mercy of our God, the dawn from on high shall break upon us, to shine on those who dwell in darkness and the shadow of death, and to guide our feet into the way of peace." In the tender mercy, not in the divine wrath, not when sacrifice has been made, not when people sin no more, in the tender mercy of God. This takes us right back to the theology of love that we've been talking about, that undergirds our understanding of who God reveals himself to be in Jesus, a loving God of tender mercy. The God of all creation could have chosen any way to come into the world and take flesh among us. But God chooses a helpless child, nursing at the lap of his mother. No more a tender picture exists in this world. In Jesus, God's tender mercy enfolds and rests upon us. Through it, God invites us to be tender with ourselves and with one another. There's something about this season that often makes us feel like we don't have it all together, or we can't seem to manage all the things that we think we need to do to properly celebrate Christmas. Beloved, be tender with yourself, for the tender mercy of God rests on you. Beloved, be tender with others, because they're carrying around all kinds of burdens and wounds too. Our world knows hatred and division, violence and oppression, but what we long for, if we can just let our guard down for a moment, is tenderness. And maybe, just maybe, this tenderness will lead us to the realization that we're all connected together in an interdependent web of relationships. May there be tenderness in these days for you, and may there be tenderness for one another.